that we expect a recession this year, which is the first in almost 20 years plus.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So in today's episode, we're going to be looking at what's trending in Zambia right now. So early indicators show that Zambia is going to go through a recession. So this is a situation where the economy is shrinking rather than growing. So Edgar Chagwa Lungu has fired the current governor, who is Dr. Denny Kalyalya, and replaced him with Mr Christopher Mvunga. And there's so many questions going around that. Before you go into the story for today, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so that you don't miss any of these hot topics that we discuss. As you all know, the economy of Zambia is not doing so well right now. In just 2 solid years, the currency has depreciated by over 50%. Remember, it was at around 9 kwacha just 2 years ago, and now it's around 18, 20, and that's very bad. And for the person who is actually living in Zambia and other people actually living abroad and depending on an income from Zambia, they can really feel this pinch or this pain from this economy, and just how everything has just gone up in prices and everything. So let's discuss. Let's see, is the governor, Dr. Denny Kalyalya, to blame for the economy depreciating like this, or the economy not doing good? So one thing that is prominent or that is standing out is the fact that our president has dismissed someone who is very credible and replaced him with someone who is very questionable. So if we look at their qualification for starters, let's look at Dr. Denny Kalyalya. If we look at him, he has an BA in economics from the University of Zambia, an MA in economics from the University of Zambia, a Masters of Science from USA, and a PhD in economics from USA. So let's go to Mr. Christopher Mvunga. What does he have? What he has only is an ACCA from ZICAS. I'm sure people are raising eyebrows right now, yeah? Like, how is that possible that you can be replacing someone who's so qualified with someone who is actually having this low qualification like this? If we check out in the international community, just in the SADC region, this news has actually shook the international community, where we see the Minister of Finance in South Africa actually pointing out to the judgment of our President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. As you can see in this tweet and several others. So who is to blame for the economy doing very bad? So let's learn 2 terms here. There's monetary policy and fiscal policy. These are the 2 instruments that are used in order for you to actually stabilize the economy or actually make an economy grow. These are 50-50. Monetary policy is controlled by the central bank, that is the Bank of Zambia. And the fiscal policy is controlled by the government, the current government of Zambia. So what basically happens is that using these instruments, we want to achieve something in terms of macroeconomics. So that's full employment, like people should be employed. We want price stability and not inflation every day. We also want stable economic growth. If an economy is growing 6%, 7%, it should be increasing day by day and not going down. If fiscal policy by the government fails, the monetary policy cannot actually work. And also when the monetary policy fails, the government fiscal policy cannot also work. So these need to work 50-50, hand in hand, in order for the economy to actually grow. So let's take a look at this video, which could have been a possible reason that the governor was actually dismissed or fired, where he points out the reasons as to why the economy is performing bad.
At least the early estimates that we expect a recession this year, which is the first in almost 20 years plus. I think the last time I had this was in 1999. So that already speaks to the challenge that this pandemic is having on our economy.
So obviously, COVID-19 had an impact on the Zambian economy. Remember, businesses are closed, people are not working, and
But I think it's also fair to take this into context that our economy, even before COVID-19 struck, was having challenges. Last year we had the growth of 1.9%. That's the estimated growth. That's quite low, which is also historically low.
So in 2019, our economy only grew by 1.9%. So that's a very low number. So if you put that into context, like for example, you've got 100,000 kwacha, that's 100 pin, and you're running that business. So each year you're only adding about 2%. That's like almost like 2 pin. That's 2,000 kwacha. So every year you're just adding 2,000 kwacha. That's a very low number in terms of business. You won't survive in the long run. Competition will eat you up. And with such a growth rate, then we even add COVID-19 on top. Obviously, we should expect a recession.
So when now you add COVID-19, that's why we go to the minus rather than the plus. So that's the recession part of it. When you have a recession, and for us here also is accompanied also by inflation, it's a bad mix because the prices are rising, which means that whatever little income that you have is not going to go around.
So our economy is going to go through a recession, or is going through a recession. Then on top of recession, we add inflation. Inflation is by vinduvidula, like things, prices are going up higher and higher and higher. That's a very bad combination, you know.
Getting big to reduce by this margin.
It's really where we started from in our conversation, that the economy is under serious stress. So if we don't do that, it's threatening our very existence. If we don't do something as a country, our motivation is to try and stimulate some activity so that there is relief.
So if you go to see from that interview, you can see that this man is actually knowledgeable, he's credible, he knows what he's actually doing. See all these PhDs, masters and whatever that he actually did. So he even gives reasons on to why our economy is performing bad. It was very much under stress. Why is it under stress? Because with these various reasons, you know, the government is borrowing too much money, there's little investment that is being made, and even actually emphasizes what should we do from here in order for our economy to do well. He says stimulate economic activity, do something, make an investment. That is something that can be done. Remember, monetary policies, that these can be worked out by the central bank, and these actually take time in order for them to affect the economy. But for the government themselves, through fiscal policy, they have a direct arm into the economy. Today, the government can employ people, they can make jobs. The government today can easily invest in something just today. But for the central bank, it usually takes a long time in order for them to actually have an effect. Mr. Christopher Mvunga, does he understand fully all of these concepts, all this that is happening around the economy? Does he have enough experience to actually get us out of this trouble that we've already gotten into? This is where now we're actually questioning his credibility. We're questioning him on whether he can actually help us out right now. Remember, the government is supposed to work hand in hand with the central bank. And a central bank which is being headed by someone who doesn't have the proper qualifications to actually head the apex of the money market, can he actually help us out? That is the reason why HS even pointed out to say, how can you replace a surgeon with a mechanic in the middle of an operation? Do you think that is going to work? Obviously, it's going to end into a disaster. As you can see, let me just show you this tweet right now. Rather than this technical part of the story, let's look at some of the videos that are going around on social media of Mr. Christopher Mvunga. So that is the new governor of Zambia enjoying himself. So this video serves to tell you that do not just go on social media and post anything, because people will record, people will keep records, they'll keep things in archives until the appointed time. Some other people were actually defending him to say, oh no, this is a long time ago, someone has a life as well and all that thing. But you know, when you are in a political position or in a position where people actually can point out to you easily, like you are a public figure, there are some things that you can do and things you cannot just do. And this brings us to the next video that we have. Has he changed? Has he left those old ways? Let's see. So he was enjoying himself because of the new appointment, celebrating right there with other friends there, and we can even see there's like wine or alcohol there in a cup there with another person. So this brings us to the question, like, has he changed his old ways of partying? Or the video that we recently see about him partying, has he actually changed and turned away from that way to actually be someone that we can trust and fully trust with our economy? You know, such questions are being asked. So make sure you comment in the comment section below and tell me what you think about the story that we're actually covering today and discussing. And please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to turn that notification bell on so that you don't miss any of my updates. So with this, I'll see you in the next video.